हेलो एवरीवन, हाउ यू ऑल? कैसे हैं आप सभी लोग? आई होप यू ऑल मस्ट बी हैविंग अ ग्रेट टाइम एंड नाउ वी हैव रीच्ड अप टू द लास्ट लेक्चर ऑफ आवर वर्ल्ड ज्योग्राफी मैपिंग सीरीज फॉर योर अपकमिंग prelims 2026. Now, this lecture, we are going to over the remaining part of Australian continent and Antarctica continent, right? Antarctica and Australia part, which was left, which is very small as compared to what we have covered. Then our whole mapping series with respect to world geography will be over. And let me tell you, if you have sincerely following these lectures, and some of the students I'm seeing that timely they are following religiously these lectures, that will bring you fruits, because right now you have gone through one iteration, right? One time you have seen, then the second iteration I would want you to do in the March or April month, right? And that would be better, like you will be watching them in 2x speed. You will be like, just because the way we are doing the revision, you must be analyzing that now we can revise it in very few minutes, right? So this is what you have to utilize over here too. Now let us finish this Australia and Antarctica continent. Till now, those people who are coming to this lecture, there is whole playlist is available over there. We started with South American continent, understood it, North American, then we have covered Africa, Europe. In the last class or in the last parts, Asia was our focus. Now the very few remaining continent like Australia and Antarctica over here. Though Australia continent is containing only one country over here, so we don't have to focus much upon the political aspect of it. Right, so we will be finding it first of all, what is there to learn in Australia, what are the features, and Australia also we will be seeing New Zealand, because that will be the part of this only, right? And some of the islands you are going to find, like this specific questions, you are going to find certain islands. This also we are going to focus over here, what are these areas, right? Like this you are going to see what are these areas. So these are the things which we have to cover in this particular lecture. Now see, first of all, the positioning of this Australia continent, guys. Now if you want to have the positioning of Antarctica continent, you will find the equator first of all. Where is this equator getting passed from? Like this you are going to find the equator position, right? Now with respect to this, you will find that Australia is completely in the southern hemisphere. This is the northern, this is the southern. Already you have understood about the Southern American continent, and over here you have understood that this is at 50 degree approximately, 54, 55 you can say, 56 you can say. This is approximately 37 degree. But what about Australia? Australia's positioning, you will be finding the latitudes are from 10 degrees south. Approximately I am saying, you can like 10, 12, like this can happen, right? And nobody will ask you this, but for your understanding, that 10 degrees south, so you will be finding 45 degrees south. That means the lowest part is not the Australia continent. It is with respect to the Southern American continent you are going to find the lowest part, right? In the basically with respect to this Southern hemisphere, right? So this point you have to note first of all with respect to the latitudes, that Australia continent 10 degrees south to 45 degrees south. When it comes to the latitude, when it comes to the longitudes, like this, you are going to find that it is between around or approximately 130 degree east, because this is completely in the eastern hemisphere, and approximately 155 degree east, 113 to 155 degree east, right? This is the point you will be finding. And here this is what you have understood, 10 degrees south to 45 degrees south. This is in this box Australia is located. Now let us focus what we have to learn over here. Dekho, now let me tell you about Australian continent. This is the Australian continent. Only one country we have to read, that is Australia, right? So I have a lot of maps over here with respect to Australia. First of all, how you will be going through Indonesia to Australia, this you try to understand, okay? Because this is quite important. Just wait, guys, because already you have learned about the Indonesia. Now you see, this is Indonesia, guys. This is Indonesia. That means this is Jakarta capital, and Jakarta capital you are finding on which particular island? You tell me over here. I have already told you, right? Then there were the this Java island. Then there were many islands like this. I have told you about, there is one more like this particular Papua New Guinea over here. This is also known as East Timor, and this is, sorry, this is East Timor, which is a separate country, and this part is with respect to Indonesia only. When you will come over here, you will finding Timur Sea, Arafur Sea. So these are the things which is dividing Australia and Indonesia, Arafur Sea. And then you are going to find the Guinea Island over here, where the right hand side is known as the separate country, that is Papua New Guinea, right? Papua New Guinea. And the Capital is Port Moresby. So this you try to see that this is at the north of Australia. Try to understand. Right. So this is the northern part where you are finding this Arafur Sea, Timor Sea. Right. And in the southern you will be finding Australia. In this you also see Timor Sea, Arafur Sea. You can be asked that Indonesia is separating with Australia with respect to these seas. Right. Let me show you more. If I can see more, just wait. See, like this in this particular map also. This is Asia. This is over here Timor over here, Arafur over here. Then this is broad over here Guinea, New Guinea and Papua New Guinea you will be finding. And below that Australia is located. And Australia, if you want to understand, then this part will be 10 degrees south and this part of Tasmanian will be 45 degrees south. Are you understanding like this guy guys? First of all, right, first of all see this, and then we'll be focusing upon these area of Oceania too. Okay, let us understand. See, in this particular part also you will be finding that our focus will be on Melanesia, Micronesia and Polynesia also, but later on. And here the location of New Zealand, east of Australia, southern east of Australia you will be finding. So first of all understand that Australian country is divided into provinces, and most of it important provinces. Like there are certain places like Sydney, which you might think the capital of Australia, but it is not. Canberra is the capital of Australia. Perth, must have heard about. Adelaide, must have heard about. Alright, and then you will be finding more over here. Melbourne. Where are all these cities we have to find with respect to this particular map? First of all, you try to understand that these are the broad provinces, and the provinces are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 provinces you have to learn. And there is one island also connected with Australia. This is the Tasmanian island you are going to find, right? So first part over here, you are going to find that this is west. So this is known as Western Australia. Western Australia. This is north. So this will be known as not Northern Australia, but Northern Territories. Right, this is south, so this is known as South Australia. This province will be known as South Australia, Western Australia, Northern Territories. First you have understood this simple terminology. Then you are going to find the most important: Queensland, New South Wales and Victoria. These 3 provinces you try to understand. And almost all the population of the Australian people are residing in the coast. Like over here they are residing, over here they are residing, right? So you have found that this is Queensland, this is New South Wales, this is your Victoria, this is your southern, northern, western Australia, Australia territories. Now let me show you what I have told you right now. Western Australia, Northern Territory, Southern Australia, Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, and this is Tasmania. This is Tasmania over here, right? Tasmania. I hope you have understood this. Tasmania, Victoria. Now, Victoria is a lot of things you have understood over here. Do you know that now you have understood the Victoria province? You have understood about Victoria Falls also. You have understood about Victoria Island also. Where is Victoria Island? Where is Victoria Falls? You will be reading about the Victoria Desert too soon. You will be reading about the Victoria province also now you have learned. And you have also understood Victoria is the Queen of England too, right? So this is over here you will be finding with respect to the provinces first of all. So you have understood the political feature. Now, these are the major provinces. Every major province is having their capital too. Like Western Australia is having this famous Perth over here. With respect to the cricket grounds you must have heard about. Otherwise a beautiful place, Perth. Darwin over here you are going to see with respect to Northern Territory. Southern Australia, Adelaide. Queensland you are going to find as Brisbane. New South Wales you will find Sydney. And Victoria, Melbourne. Focus on the places, guys. So what is the capital of Australia? Canberra is also in New South Wales you are going to find, right? Australian Capital Territory. So this is quite important over here that you have found this particular capital as Perth, Darwin. Then you will be finding Brisbane. Don't forget Brisbane. This is Darwin. This is Brisbane. This is Sydney over here. And this is Canberra. Right, and there is over here you will be finding Melbourne, and over here Adelaide. Adelaide. So how many places? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 places, 6 provinces, and 1 capital territory, that is Canberra. I hope you have understood. This is Tasmania over here, guys. And Tasmania capital, you will be finding Hobart. Hobart, right? So if you want to write it down, write like over here the important, draw this rough map, and over here try to draw these important places. Okay, don't try to hodgepodge everything at one place. Perth, okay, these are the important places I am letting you know. Then over here Darwin, write out Darwin, Brisbane, right, Sydney, like Melbourne, and then over here you are going to find the Adelaide, and this over here Hobart, right? This you will be finding Hobart over here, guys. Okay. So this overall you have understood that this is the political feature overall, right? And recent you must have seen that one terrorist attack happened over here, and that particular beach was in news, and you all must be knowing about that beach, that is Bondi Beach. Where is this Bondi Beach? Bondi Beach is near Sydney, right? Near Sydney means in Sydney, and you will be finding the position of Sydney over here. So Sydney, like this, if this might not be visible because of my video, let me just close my video, guys. You can find Sydney over here, right? This over here, Sydney. Canberra like this, okay. Melbourne over here, Hobart over here, Adelaide over here. So Bondi Beach is in Sydney. Near around this Sydney you will be finding Bondi Beach. Okay, so this is, you have understood the political feature. First of all, only one country, so it will be quick, it is quickly over here. But now let me tell you about now the nearby seas over here. Okay, see, understand. Over here you are finding Cape York Peninsula. This type of peninsula is known as Cape York Peninsula. So there are a lot of questions which can be formed with respect to peninsula. I hope you have not forgotten Baja, Kamchatka. Do one thing, just I am writing the peninsula. Will you be doing that? Which particular country, or which particular country it belongs to, basically? Baja, Kamchatka. Can you tell me about the one more, Carpentria? One more over here you will be finding Iberian, right? And now you have found the Cape York. And if you can remember on the spot more, you can write, but not by seeing it right now. Okay, so Cape York Peninsula you are going to find over here, and this is also known to be the topmost point over here. So from Cape York Peninsula and this New Guinea island which you are seeing, Papua New Guinea over here, there is one strait. That strait is known as Torres Strait, guys. Remember, Torres Strait. So over here you are going to find Torres Strait. In every map you will be seeing Torres Strait. Write it down, Torres Strait. Right now you are analyzing the nearby water bodies of Australia. Okay, like we were doing with respect to Europe, a lot of particular water bodies, like we were revolving around with respect to Africa also, with respect to Southern America also. Like this we are doing the same with Australia. Okay, Torres Strait, then you will be moving down and you are going to find one gulf, and this gulf is known as Carpentria. Okay, Gulf of Carpentria, very important. So this Gulf of Carpentria you are not finding in Europe, Africa, South America. You are finding it in Australia. Remember, like this, Cape York Peninsula. Then Arafura Sea, I have already told you. Timor Sea you will be finding. You come ahead, and Indian Ocean. This is the Indian Ocean complete. So the right hand side will be Pacific Ocean over here, right? Complete. So this also you understand. Now you come this Shark Bay you are going to find over here. You are going through Perth. And then your Albany is also important. Then you are going over here and finding Great Australian Bight. I have told you the difference between Bay, Gulf and Bight. Gulf is more narrower. Bay is a bit less narrower. And Bight is very less narrower. That's why there is a large opening over here. Great Australian Bight. Remember this, because they might not ask you that Great Australian Bight. Where is Great Australian Bight? Obviously Australia. Right, so one Gulf of Carpentria. Below if you will be seeing Spencer Gulf, guys, very important, Spencer Gulf. This you will be finding. Now you are going over here, and between Tasmania and between Victoria province you are going to find Bass Strait. So they can give you the straits, different straits over here. Luzon Strait, Peru Strait, Bass Strait, and they might give you over here not Australia and Tasmania, but province they can mention. The New South Wales versus Tasmania. So the right thing is a Victoria, and between Tasmania you have Bass Strait. right? If you will be moving ahead, then you will not find many things to learn over here, but as you will be coming on the northeastern side, this barrier reef in coral, the world's largest coral reef, you are going to find over here, the Great Barrier Reef. In environment also, you will be studying the example of this only, right? So this is quite important over here. So now the nearby bodies, I hope you are understanding, and this is with respect to, we have started Torres Strait and Bass Strait. This is done. This is Cape York Peninsula. Mark it, guys. This is over here Gulf of Carpentria. So I have told you to remember this Gulf also, Gulf of Spencer. Right. Then over here Arafura Sea, Timor Sea, you are going to find. You will be coming over here Shark Bay if you want to remember, otherwise leave. And then you are going to come over here and Great Australian. Oh, sorry, this is Great Australian Bight, and this is Great Barrier Reef over here. Again, this is New South Wales, because this is easy to remember: Western, Northern, Southern. New South Wales, sorry, this is not New South Wales, but this is over here New South, sorry. Yeah, this is a New South Wales, this is Queensland, and this is Victoria. So Queen and Victoria के बीच में आपको you will be finding New South Wales. Remember like this, है ना? Between Queen Victoria, you are going to find New South Wales. You have to go through New South Wales. Right, Adelaide and Melbourne is the capital or is the major city of over here Southern Australia, and Victoria, Melbourne. Adelaide over here Southern Australia. Like this you can remember. This is overall the political feature which you have understood of Australia, guys, right? See this map also now. I hope you are getting the broader picture of Arafura Sea, Timor Sea, Great Australian Bight, Great Barrier Reef, Gulf of Carpentria, Cape York Peninsula. Now you must be understanding this Tasmania over here, right? And Bass Strait in between this. One more thing you understand, broader picture, New Zealand is over here, and between New Zealand and Australia, Tasman Sea is there. So Tasman Sea is in between over here, right? Like this you can remember Coral Sea. This is pure Coral Sea over here, Great Barrier Reef. Right, this is the broader picture you are understanding. Now, with respect to Australia, there are physical features, political features you are aware of now. Now, physical features like some of the important mountain ranges, river system, lakes, we are going to understand that now. Now, first of all, see the desert over here, guys. Largely, you will be finding in the major areas like this Great Sandy Desert. You are going to find in between in the mainland. In the coastal areas, the civilization I'm saying, basically the people are living over here, right? A huge population living in these fringes. So, deserts, first of all, we are finding Great Sandy Desert, Great Victoria Desert. Now, Victoria is also coming over here. Great Victoria Desert. Simpson Desert. Can you find Simpson Desert? And over here, Gibson Desert also you will find. Gibson Desert, guys. So these are certain deserts which you are finding over here. Right. So देखो, Great Sandy Desert, Gibson Desert, Great Victoria Desert, and Simpson Desert. Remember this one: Great Sandy, Gibson, Great Victoria, Simpson. These are related to Australia. Like this you have to remember, right? Now there are a lot of deserts you will be finding in North America also. Mojave Desert, Chinhua Desert. I hope you are remembering. And the Great Basin, don't forget Great Basin is over there in North America. Great Sandy, Great Victoria is over here in Australia. So Great Basin Desert is over there in Northern America, right? Like this you remember. For the Africa also you have to remember this particular part. So these are 4 important deserts which you are going to find. Largely in the Western Australia is a desertic part if you will find. Whereas Simpson Desert is in between this particular 3 provinces you are going to find, right? Though I don't think they will ask you these nitty-gritties, but they can give you with respect to the countries where these deserts are being found, right? Okay, with respect to the blank map, now can you mark this particular great, which desert over here you are going to find? Then Great Victoria, then Gibson, then sorry, Simpson and Gibson you are going to find, like G over here and Simpson over here, right? Remember like this. They can make you mark also, right? Like this they can give you also Great Sandy, Great Victoria over here you will be finding. Okay. So these were the deserts. Now you see the lakes over here, guys. And the most important lake which you might be finding over here is the Lake Erie North over here. Lake Erie. Dekho, this is over here Lake Erie. Okay, Erie. And Erie was something else. Can you tell me where you have seen Lake Erie? Comment it down, guys. Comment it down. Lake Erie. I want you to comment it down where you have find Lake Erie. And this is Lake Eyre. pronunciate the way you want, but there is spelling difference you will be finding, right? And I don't think they will UPSC will give question based upon the trick of the spellings that they were talking about Lake Eyre. They will mention it if they want to ask about this Lake Eyre, right? Same ways Elbrus and Elbrus are different. Elbrus and Elbrus are different. I have told you in earlier lectures also. One more lake you are going to find over here, that is, can you see this? This lake is known as Lake Woods. Lake Woods. Right, though questions are less asked from Australia continent, but you have to do. Then there is one more lake you will be finding over here in Western Australia known as Lake Disappointment. Lake Disappointment. Right. I hope you remember a lot of lakes which we have learned in North America. Lake Winnipeg, Great Bear Lake, Great Slave Lake, Winnipeg, Athabasca, and then there were combination of 5 Great Lakes. Then if you will be seeing the southern, this Africa also, a lot of lake, Tana, Turkana, Tanganyika, Victoria, over here Malawi. I hope you have remembered it. Lake Otoga, Facupine, Chad. These are all the lakes which you have to see also once you will be over with this. So try to, when you will be revising next, I'll be telling you how you have to revise that. Put the lakes, all the lakes, try to write down. After this, or when you will be revising the series, right? If you are devoting 1 hour daily, then you try to revise like this, that for half an hour you will be revising all the lakes of the world, all the deserts of the world, all the mountain ranges of the world, all the rivers of the world. Like this now you revise. Okay? So these are 3 lakes over here. We will not burden ourselves with studying all the small lakes over here, right? They have never asked, and there are no chances that they will be asking you again this. Okay, so this is one part you have seen over here. Now next thing I want you to understand over here is the range, and that the range over here you will be finding the Great Dividing Range. These are the mountainous ranges over here you are going to find, guys. Great Dividing Range. Now the Great Dividing Range is an example of old fold mountain, just like Appalachians, just like Drakensberg. I hope you remember, and those who are connected, I assume that you have remembered, right? Now over here you will be finding that on this particular part, also Australian Alps. So they will not ask you that Australian Alps are where, but they can ask you the positioning of it. Australian Alps are near about these provinces of Victoria and New South Wales. Right, so these are the uplifted regions, Great Dividing Range. So on Great Dividing Range, you are going to find the topmost peak of Australia, that is Mount Kosciuszko over here. I hope this is visible. Kosciuszko, right? See the spelling, guys. Take a Mount Kosciuszko. Now this is just 2200 meters. That means about all the mountain ranges we have seen of the world, like a Aconcagua, Denali, Atlas, Elbrus. This is the smallest one over here you are going to find, Mount Kosciuszko. Right, so remember this, but this is the part of over here, the Great Dividing Range only, which is coming like this. So Great Dividing Range is not in the western part of Australia, but it is in the eastern part of Australia. Like this you will be finding, right? Also, now from these, a lot of rivers will be emerging, and one of the major great river system which you will be finding over here will be Darling-Murray river system. Darling and Murray. Simply they will be giving you Darling-Murray are from where, if they want to make it easy, and if not, if they want to make it difficult, then it is flowing through which all provinces. So to see the provinces, Darling is flowing, like a lot of tributaries are there, flowing from the great Queensland, then New South Wales, merging with Murray over here, right, and then flowing to Victoria, also borders of Victoria and southern Australia, near around Adelaide you will be fine. Important, highly important, guys. So the one river system which I want you to remember over here, that is Darling-Murray river system of Australia. Only one country, that's why less thing we have to see over here, guys. Okay. Now if you want to, these are the major things which you have to understand. Great Dividing Range, Mount Kosciuszko. Over here you have seen already Darling-Murray, right? This particular, if you want to learn about the basin, Great Artesian Basin also you can take. Deserts already you have learned, right? Peterman ranges, but these are very less significant. If you want to ignore, you can ignore, but don't ignore the deserts. Deserts are important because questions on desert they will be forming it. Okay. So these are the part you have understood with respect to Australia. Now there is one more thing, that tropical or temperate grasslands. The temperate grasslands means that whatever the top Capricorn will be, below that you will be finding. So over here you are going to finding downs, guys. So remember downs as the temperate grasslands of Australia, right? Now one focus we have to do, that we have to see this Capricorn, because these lines are focused more. So this is basically dividing over here, right? It is passing through Western Australia over here, then it will be entering over here Northern Territory, then going on to this Great Artesian Basin also, and then Queensland, and then over. So it is not passing through New South Wales, Southern Australia and Victoria. Remember like this first of all, right? That's why the downs which you are going to find over here are temperate in nature, not tropical. So I hope you have understood Australia more or less, the important features we have learned. First of all, Lake Erie, Lake Woods, Disappointment, Great Dividing Range. Great Dividing Range is separate. Great Drakensberg is separate. Appalachian is separate, right? Koisku mountain range. Darling Murray over here you will be finding flowing into Indian Ocean, not into Pacific. This is also the good point over here you will see. Cape York Peninsula, Gulf of Carpentria, one more Gulf. Bay over here, Australian Bight, Barrier Reef. Which two straits are there? Tell me the names of these straits, guys. Alright, and the places over here. Can you spot the places, Western? This Northern, this Southern, Victoria, this New South Wales, Queen. These places we have learned over here. Right, I hope this is fine with you with respect to Australian continent, small continent, guys, and we are over with this, right? So major continent, we are over with this now. But still one more part which is considered to be New Zealand. There is a dispute that what should be New Zealand considered to be the part of Zealandia, which is entirely submerged now, or should be considered the part of Australia. So New Zealand is considered to be the part of Australian continent only. So you are going to find New Zealand also over here. I have told you that over here Australia separated by Tasmanian Sea, and then you are finding this New Zealand. Now also again a small country and a beautiful country over here, you will be knowing it about. So let us see, it is basically divided between two islands, two major islands you will be finding. Okay, and this is the South Island, and this is the North Island over here. First of all, see the capital, guys. Capital is Wellington. So Wellington is in the North Island, not in the South. Become important, very important. Okay, you have understood this. Now next thing, you see that these two islands are separated by Cook Strait. So Cook Strait. So in this lecture you have understood about Torres Strait, Bass Strait, Cook Strait, a lot of straits, right? 3 straits from this particular lecture you have to take. That is Cook Strait is related. And even if you are revising in the same way, you will remember that okay, in the last lecture I have read about these particular things, and in the last you have read about only one continent, that is Australia, right? Like this also, if you will be revising in the same way, things will stay in your mind. Okay, ultimately this is the objective. The objective is not to let you mark all of this. The practice you should do, guys. Okay, so likewise I am taking the blank map. This is the Cook Strait. Write it down. This practice you have to do also. Over here you will be finding it as Wellington, and many more places you are going to see now over here, like the Auckland, famous place of Auckland. This is over here. Hamilton, remember this. Tauranga, remember this. Okay, Hamilton, Tauranga. In the south element you will be finding Dunedin, and one more island, Stewart Island, is over here. Stewart Island. This is, you will be finding near about South Island. Stewart Island is also over here. Remember this particular Dunedin. Don't forget Christchurch. Christchurch has been in news like few years back. A major terrorist attack happened over here. A lone wolf attack you will be finding of terrorism. So Christchurch then came into news like 4 or 5 years back. Wellington, capital. Hamilton, already a famous place. Tauranga, Auckland, you are going to see over here too, guys. Okay. So if now how to practice, those of you must be thinking that this is not about only marking, and you must be practicing in the blank mark like I am making you do, right? So over here Auckland, Hamilton, Tauranga you are going to find. Wellington you have already seen. Then over here Christchurch, then Dunedin, then over here one or more line, the Stewart Island I have told you about. These are the places for your reference, right? And then you will be entering into this Pacific already. This is also Pacific, but this is Tasmanian basically, right? Now, if you want to see the features, you are going to find the features in the form of Southern Alps or Southern Alps over here, right? Southern Alps you will see, and in Southern Alps you are going to find over here Canterbury Plains. Canterbury Plains, very famous Canterbury Plains are in New Zealand, right? So remember like this also. So New Zealand is below Capricorn or above Capricorn. Already you will be understanding. Dekho, this is Australia. Like this, the Capricorn was passing. So this is over here, right? So this point also you have to know. One lake, if you want to learn that this lake is Lake Taupo. Lake Taupo you can see over here. Right, this you can learn if you want to learn. Though no question till now has been asked from New Zealand. There are certain places question might come in the examination, right? So overall, you have seen a New Zealand too over here. More than enough, I am telling you. Don't try to now. If you want to enrich your more information, utilize test series. Nothing else. Utilize current affairs, which you will be reading near about March and April. Right. So over here, you have understood Australia and New Zealand combined together with the physical features and the political features too. Right. So our focus will now on this particular islands like Micronesia, Polynesia, Melanesia, right? This particular, and how from what perspective, that what are the major island countries, because there are a lot of islands, guys. You will not be doing a lot of like all these islands, right? Only important one I'll be letting you know that where they are situated, so that you can understand this. There is French Polynesia you will be finding over here, right? But before going like that, let us just see that what are the continents which are area wise the largest. So the largest continent you are going to find is Asia, area wise, then Africa, then North, South. Then you might be confused between Europe. Europe you might have added initially, but Europe it as the 6th number, guys. Before that you will be finding Antarctica, and the last one is Australia area wise. Forget about this mnemonics, right? Forget this mnemonics. So Asia is the largest, Africa second. About Americas, North America is more large than South America. Then Antarctica, Europe and Australia is the smallest one. Now, if I ask you to arrange it population wise, can you arrange it population wise, guys? Population wise, if I ask you to arrange. Obviously, China and India are present where? In Asia. So automatically the population will become one of the huge. So Asia population wise, you will be finding. Africa too, you will be finding second in number over here, population wise. But North America, South America are not that much populous. Why? Because most of the areas are inhabitable. Or the topmost of North America inhabitable. Southern area of South America inhabitable, and very less land you will be finding. So the next country which will come is Europe. Europe is having more population. And the last continent will be Antarctica only. Right. Now the question comes between North America, South America and Australia. This you have to arrange, and like this if you will reason right now, the examination also you can reason, because exactly similar thing they are not going to ask. So over here then you will be finding North America, South America and Australia. So this is over here North America, South America, Australia, Antarctica, Europe, Africa, Asia. So the major thing 3 confusion you should not have, right? Forget about these mnemonics, guys. These mnemonics doesn't help in the actual examination, right? As I have not focused in any mnemonics till now, as we have completed this particular world geography mapping, you must be noticing this too. So because we rely, I have also utilized, my earlier aspirants have also utilized, and you will be also utilize the same hard work which we are doing over here. Now see this particular island over here, you are going to find this equator, and this equator is passing from Kiribati Island, Kiribati, and Kiribati is a part of Micronesia. So Micronesia, Kiribati, you are going to find Marshall Island, you are going to find, remember too, Marshall Island, right? Hawaii, I have already told you. So Hawaii is in this Pacific. First of all, you understand, guys, how this is, and there is no hard and fast rule between these Polynesia, Melanesia, and Micronesia, right? Let me just show you the picture first of all. Just wait. This is the back view of the globe over here. This is Australia. This is over here. You are going to find the whole Pacific Ocean. And Pacific Ocean is divided between North Pacific and South Pacific. Right? We are not very familiar with this aspect, but you try to see from the back side when you will be finding. This is more you will be finding it Annalina and La Nina concepts in your physical geography. Then you will be seeing the same map, right, opened by the teacher over there, right? So over here we are observing certain islands like these islands over here, Hawaiian Islands over here, which I have shown you. So see in this map now. With this context, now we are zooming in over here. Okay, so Hawaii you are going to find under Polynesia. Near around, देखो Mexico, if you will be finding over here. An island country of USA only, right? Kiribati, I have told you, passing through equator. Marshalls is the part of Micronesia. Then in Melanesia, you are found Vanuatu, Solomon Island. This Papua New Guinea and New Guinea also considered to be. Fiji, one very important destination, tourist destination you must have heard about. Fiji is over here, right? Tuvalu is in Polynesia. Tuvalu. Okay. Then you will be finding over here, these are the part of French Polynesia. All these particular part. New Zealand is coming over here too. New Zealand. No, there is no hard and fast rule that they will be asking you in Polynesia how many islands belongs to. This is not the way they are going to answer. Neither they have asked till now from here. Right. So the question chances are very less to come, but just to open up your eyes that Cook Island is over here. Cook Strait is something else. Cook Island is over here. French Polynesia, Kiribati, Fiji, and now these are major island countries. So they will be involving a lot of few islands like this. Many islands will be constituting as Kiribati. Many islands will be constituting as Marshall. So don't think like that they are only one island. They are the archipelagos, right? So like that, somewhere archipelago will also be written. Now, what I would suggest you to just observe it once and then ignore, because questions are less coming from here or have never come from here. Neither they will come from here. The chances are very less, right? Easter already we have learnt about. You already know about the Easter Island in the first class I told you, right? So Kiribati, Marshall, also Solomon, Vanuatu, Fiji, Cook Island, French Polynesia. So you know that these are in Pacific. You are knowing the Caribbean islands. Do you know about the Saint Vincent and Grenadines, Bahamas, Cuba? All these we have understood. You know about Cape Verde, Atlantic. You know about Corsica, Sardinia, Mediterranean. Like this question is going to come. Very simple in nature. Right? Simple for those only who have studied this. Now, if you know Cook Island is over here and they will be mentioning it like this. Cook, Mediterranean. This will be wrong. They have to write Pacific over here. Right? And you can expect question like this, guys. Okay? Till now, question like this have not come, but if they want to give you, they will frame like this. 100% I'm saying you right, like this only they are going to give. So the major part we are over with of Australia too. This whole world geography mapping we have understood. Now the remaining continent, just for the sake of seeing it, we will understand. Now see this Antarctica over here. Why this Antarctica is spread? Because we are seeing it in a flat surface. When we will fold it like a globe, it will become like this. Try to understand, right? Like this. This is the exact shape. This is the North Pole. This is the South Pole over here. And globe wise, if you will be cutting it out and spreading on a flat surface, it will be looking like this on a map. That's why on a map you will be finding the southern area is filled up by this Antarctica. So in this you will not find anything more to learn. Neither questions will be coming over here. Certain important things, let me tell you. All these over here is not the habitants of people. These are the research station. A lot of countries research station you will be seeing in the brackets, Argentina, UK, right? We are concerned about our country, and our country's research station you must have heard about, Dakshin Gangotri. 1983 we established one research station over here that is known as Dakshin Gangotri, but that is replaced by Matri in 1986. 1983 Dakshin Gangotri, first one to come up, Matri 1986, and then Bharti over here, somewhere over here, guys, Bharti, 2006 it will be coming, right? The highest peak of Antarctica continent is a Vinson Massif. You take this Vinson Massif. So when you will be arranging the mountain ranges of all the world, of all this particular world, you will be finding Vinson Massif will be arranged above the peak of Australia, because Australia peak was around 2100-2200 meters, whereas Vinson Massif is around 4897, that is approximately 4000 meters over here. So remember this Matri Bharti station you are going to find over here. Otherwise, nothing is needed. A bit of idea if you want to take, near around African continent, Southern Ocean, it will be known as, above this Atlantic, right? Don't, no need to see it like this, ठीक है, confuse हो जाओगे. So that's why question will not come from here. Don't worry about it. And if you want to remember something, remember the Vinson Massif, Mathri, Dakshin Gangotri, and Bharti. Last year too, I was telling you to remember this Ronnie ice shelf also, Ross ice shelves also, but not important, guys. They will not give you like this. ठीक है. See over here, Dakshin Gangotri, Mathri, you will be finding our area of importance. Nobody will ask you Antarctic Peninsula is where. Vinson Massif, you should remember this. I can say you. Okay, rest everything is having Antarctic in their name, right? Ross iself, Ronnie iself, no need to remember this. Okay. So overall, now we are completed with our world geography mapping, guys. Right? I appreciate you all who have reached up to this particular part. Now, if you have completed it, let me know in the comment section also that you have completed this particular part or this whole mapping series throughout, how you find it, because I am online, right? I am teaching one way. So if this would have been an offline class, I would have known by your faces that you are satisfied. But if you have understood this world mapping in the really good way, or try to remember most of the things through the class itself, to mention it, right? So this is all. Try to practice it now. Thank you so much. If you want to connect with me, you can connect over here. Otherwise, now you should practice this test series and keep revising. Don't try to leave mapping for 2-3 months now. Okay? Take now at least 30 minutes. Take now at least 15 minutes. And what your objective will be, the revision, how you will be doing the revision. Revision would be with respect to the all the mountain ranges at one go. You will be revising rivers in one go now, because now it should not take you 1 hour. And if you want to take the help of my lectures also, then forward it. And in the month of April, you will be just revising everything again, so that any information, any minute information should not wash away. So 2 times you have to do it, right now and next time also, and keep revising for 15-20 minutes every day for the slot. If you want Indian geography mapping also, do let me know in the comment section, guys. Thank you so much. It was great teaching you all this world geography mapping.